Hi everyone. I'm assuming that if you're watching this, it's because you've either been on my business page or you've been on my personal page on Facebook. My name is Kathleen Rockney. On Facebook, my personal page is Kathleen Rockney, and then I also have a business page, Kathleen Rockney Nutrition Advisor. So I'm coming to you. I don't even have a script. I'm just going to talk off the cuff. I'm coming to you because part of my COVID-19 experience has been reflecting on what needs to change in my life, what is working, what's not working. Like many, many, many businesses, mine has looked one way before COVID. And now I'm just wondering if it needs to look a different way. So let me kind of tell you where I'm at. I've always loved the fitness field, and I've always been on some version of a health path. Not always very good at it, but I've loved it. I've always been aware and interested in best ways to exercise that are best for the body, kind for the body. Kindness has always been a big thing for me. How to eat well, how to eat in a very healthy way, in a very mindful way. And back in the 90s, when I was working for corporate America, I got introduced to a company called USANA Health Sciences. That as soon as I got a little bit of information about it, I felt like it was a perfect vehicle for me to get out of the corporate world. And what I didn't know at the time was that I was sick. USANA's products were a part of my journey. That really solidified in me that it was something that I wanted to share with other people, because they had such a good training program, and most of their training has been and always will be free, but I paid for some. I got insight into cutting edge fitness. I got introduced to cutting edge ways of eating that were ahead of the game for other people and were solid. They weren't fads. So when social media came around, I loved that. I loved that because I could be goofy me, and if people wanted to listen, they'd listen. And if people didn't want to, they didn't have to, and I didn't have to know. I would know about the people that were listening, and I didn't have to worry about the people that weren't. Okay, so here's my conundrum. For the past year or so, I have had absolute joy in finding and picking informational gems and put them on my Kathleen Rockney Nutrition Advisor page. I loved doing it. Sometimes I would put on some sales that I knew that USANA was doing, and they were helping me by helping me discount some good products. But quite often it was just recipes, information, medical studies that I found interesting. And I always put things on that I found interesting, that I felt were not too long, because I know that you all have limits to your time. And I always knew that if I liked it, at least some of you would like it as well. So then COVID happens, and luckily with the way my USANA business is organized, many of my customers continued to order, though because most of the households lost some income, they ordered a bit less, but they did order regularly, and I just felt so blessed by that, because that was without my effort. They had trusted me at some point. They were on their journey. If they needed to touch base with me, they could. But I looked at my page, my business page, and I felt like here's all this wonderful information, but I'm not helping you move past the dial, and I'm actually not helping me by bringing in any income. This is where I'd like you to kind of think about what would be your ideal coach and coach situation. So what I've also done in addition to this page And in addition to my USANA website that has products on it that I love, trust, believe in, I have offered consulting. My regular price has been $70 an hour, and that was actually something that was set like about 6, 7 years ago by someone who said, you need to show value for what you're doing, because even if they buy some products from you, my price point for the products, I have a very small profit, and I do not mind that at all. But they said the value of what you can give them in an intense, not intense emotionally, but intense in terms of value packed hour, deserves to be $70 an hour. On my nutrition advisor page, I say your first hour is $35. Even with that, I have not gotten that many people that I have been able to impact to move to that point. Now, let me just kind of share with you another reason why I like this other aspect of my business. Quite often when I sit with someone, either by Skype, FaceTime, Messenger video, phone, or in person, that 1 hour is their chance to ask me any questions they want, share with me anything they want. I don't write down a lot because I don't want this to feel like it's an ongoing counseling session. I feel like after a first maybe hour session and maybe a second hour session, you're on your way. It's kind of like when you want to have a really good photo taken. Do you do a selfie or do you hire someone? If it's going to be something that is for a keepsake, you hire someone because they have that expertise. Another example is when you want to sell your home. Though there are a few people who sell their own homes, a realtor is a value-added cost. It is value-added. You get so much more for your house when you get a good professional in. So here I am, who has a wealth of information, and I want to share it, and I don't know how to impact you in a better way. So here's what I want to ask you. With your finances, because of COVID-19, is $35 an hour still too much? Or would you be comfortable with $20 for a half hour of just gems, talking as fast as you want? By the way, with any clients that I have done this, and it's usually been, again, one session and then maybe a second session. After that, we go to texting, and I do not do billable hours for texting. You text whenever you want with your questions. You can even text in the middle of the night. I have my phone on mute. It does not bother me. Then in the morning, I can answer you. That text that you send gets that worry or that thought or that idea out of your head so that you can go about your business, and then I can help address it when I wake up. So that option is there as well. So what I'm really thinking about doing is stepping away from doing so much content on my nutrition advisor page, maybe doing it twice a week instead of 4 times a week, and really shifting to, I'm here for you. I am here for you. What does it need to be for you to feel that you're getting big bang for your buck? Is it $20 for a half hour that you Venmo me and we just do it? Is it the $35 for a full hour? And then if you want to go a second hour at any time, it is back to the 70. Is it a couple sharing $35 an hour? I do not mind that either. I really want your help. I want to get your ideas, because in my COVID world, my income did go down a bit. And again, totally blessed with people doing their own orders throughout and still continuing. But I need some ideas of what would serve you best. I really need some ideas of what would serve you best and offer some kind of income to me. In these hour sessions, much of what I recommend I'm not affiliated with. A very small bit might be. It's not, my focus is to give you what you need. And if it's referring you to someplace in town that I know about, some service that I know about, some product I know about that I'm not affiliated with, I do it. I don't edit myself. So I'm sorry if I've kind of gone long-winded, because again, this was not scripted. This was me just, I just want some help. I want some input. What can I do that would serve you, but would still help me as well? Because what I've got has so much value. But I can't just walk up to strangers and say, hey, I've got information I could share with you. No, it's about you. Thinking, and do your real thinking. What do you need to move forward? It's not another article, apparently. That's all I got. I am hugging you virtually. I know that no matter how you feel about this COVID-19 experience, you've had your roller coaster of emotions just like everybody has. I'm right there with you. Now let's move out of it and through it. And maybe I'll come up with a gem that helps you too. Take care. I want you to comment below, but if you feel like you really want to make it a private message, you can private message me. You can private message me, Kathleen Rockney. That's the easiest one because I get that by notification.